What it do, fellas? So it is your girl BBossArmy, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is gonna be, of course, about no contact. Y'all love the no contact videos, and I love doing it. And honestly, no contact works so well. A lot of you guys been commenting how much you guys been doing it, how long you guys been doing it, and how great it's been working. So congrats to all of you guys, and it's definitely paying off, I'm assuming. Comment your stories, what's going on if you did no contact before, and then of course if you want to keep seeing more no contact videos, give this video a big thumbs up. And fellas, with this whole no contact, a lot of y'all are really dismissing the facts of you're not actually bettering yourself to the full extent. So no contact might not be working for you so great right now. No contact might not actually work for you at all. But I'm going to tell you some things you guys gotta add, how to keep yourself going, all right? So fellas, before we jump into it though, if you want to talk to me about your no contact situation or anything that's going on in your life, and it could be even goals, personal goals, it doesn't have to be about her. There is a Black Friday sale going on and Thanksgiving sale, so check out my website right now. After this video, actually click that link. And fellas, let's get to the actual no contact. Now, when you're doing no contact, if you're not worried about you first, how you feel, if this is the right thing for you first, then you're not doing no contact right. Because a lot of times, some fellas are going into no contact with the intentions of, it's going to work within 2-3 weeks. It's going to work, okay, if I talk to her, give her distance now, do it. And no, it's gonna work when you fully understand that your purpose, your life is about you, and you have to be in that mind state until she comes back and keep it going. So basically, it's not easy right now. I understand that. We'll talk about that in a minute, how, you could get that better, what you guys could be doing in the meantime to improve yourself, be more alpha and high value. But what I'm trying to backtrack to say is that it's not going to happen overnight where she's falling in love with you, where she's seeing a high value guy, or she's seeing your full potential. So what's happening is that because you have changed, and a lot of y'all still cannot understand that it has to happen with you actually fully doing no contact, but dismissing her. Because in this period of time is when you find yourself again. You figure out who you are and who you can be as a man, right? Maybe you haven't been tuned with your own nature, right? Some of you guys haven't been in tune with your own nature like some of these females out here. But just backtrack. You have to make it to be something you're working, you're practicing, right? You have your routine going, right? Whatever it is, and we'll get into more details in a second, but whatever it is, when you have that going, you're going to have this woman witness the transformation. See, and this is not just the facts of no contact and you're giving space. No, she's going to witness this man that can now go to wherever it is. If you like to go to the club, the bar, and he can get any girl. He doesn't have to even go up to a woman no more. Females, and this is how it becomes with no contact. Females are going to now know that you're going to have girls either give you attention or you're going to have yourself get whatever girl you want easier than before. And that's because of your improvements. So it's like, don't think that what I say that's happening in the modern day for what makes a guy attractive and works, don't think that that's not working. It's working for the guys that put in the work. So now, before I get into, you could be doing it this way, this is what you need to be doing more in no contact to make it work better. Fellas, do understand that I do got a Patreon that has a whole lot of videos you guys can't see on here. And we talk a whole lot about wild stuff and what be going on in the sheets and what you could be doing there and all those good things. Fellas, is all on Patreon, and also reaction videos, other things too that you can only see on there. All right, so now let's just go back to how you can make no contact work stronger, what you got to be doing to basically change this mindset and get it rolling to understand your value, or let's say bring your value to life. Now what you do is start changing how much you give her attention. So no contact, once again, if you could do it right away where you could go into no contact, that's what you do. But if you're going to start picking up habits that can make you distracted from her, if you're going to pick up habits that you can't do all the time, but it will help you in the future, then you're going to start bettering yourself and changing yourself to have no contact work in the long run, if it's going to take longer. Now, take away the period of, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Take away any time period that you want to put on it, because you're only putting time periods on your goals. So now when you do no contact so well, you're supposed to not be communicating with her. take that out of your mind. So it's like taking her out of your life because she's really out of your life, and understanding that your only option is to actually better yourself. So now, let's say you had a lot of time before to sit around and think about her. You had also a lot of time to just not better yourself. Now you're going to pick up things that's going to make you physically look more attractive. And that's the best way to start. Because when you have no contact work, she's going to see that you're transforming in real life. You're transforming physically. So this is where no contact can work better. It can work stronger. It can actually make her actually start thinking differently about you quicker, because she's seeing how much, oh, you've been consistent with whatever habit, and we'll get into more of like routines and stuff and what you could be doing. But she's seeing that you're so consistent with this new thing, whatever is taking your mind, whatever you're consumed with, and she's seeing that it's changing you, yes, and you're looking better, yes, but it's really the facts of, wow, your mind is off of her now. And it's not looking back. It's not that you're kind of trying to become this great looking man for her at the end. No contact will not work if you're over here, oh my gosh, every results that I get, every update, let me post it, let me make sure she sees it. Did she see it? No, when you go ahead and post when you're ready to post, now you have this lifestyle going. Now you're emotionally invested into the way you are looking, how you want to improve. You have her watching you from a distance. You'll have things such as lurking, her watching what's going on in your life. Maybe if you guys live in the same city, it's easier for things to get around if you're improving and things like that. Obviously fake accounts, all types of stuff could be going on. But I'm saying she's going to now see what's really up, what's really going up with you. So that's where, like, the things where you could be moving on. Girls want you. You have options. She knows you might be entertaining girls. Girls are trying to get at you. Now that's becoming realistic. Now this is where no contact is going to be working better. No contact is really, wow, tough. Now tough on her end, because she's now having to deal with the rest, the things that come afterwards. So back to the things that y'all could be doing to better yourself, to improve yourself, to have no contact work, and have her see that you're so about you. You're gonna now have to go and be consistent with whatever it is now, if it's not gonna be physical. So I'm saying, if you have like whatever it is that you've been wanting to do for so long, so it could be not necessarily like traveling, but it could be something where you want to go see something and you know you gotta work hard to go do that. You gotta understand that you do the back work, and then it kind of comes into real life. So it's, even if you're not on social media, it's gonna show when maybe, okay, you posted something months later down the line and she came back around, right? Now, this is where guys have to stop caring about her so much and stop trying to put this time period, or, man, well, I have to wait that long. How could I make it work this moment? The reason why it's not working this moment is because she still knows you are. And this is because the habits that's been before, how you are, how emotionally invested you are. But she knows that the habits that you have will not be forever. So basically, the whole new version that you're supposed to be, it's not real. It's not showing. Y'all got to stop thinking that if you're sitting around texting her, right, apologizing, quick to want to make up when she's mostly at fault, those types of stuff. Y'all gotta stop thinking that these things are gonna be what's making up, what's gonna work, because it just makes females really, honestly, look at you weaker. Honestly, take it and be like, wow, look at this guy not respecting himself. Now, you see, now when you do no contact, because you have to put actual no communication in place, you show that respect by giving more to yourself, that basically some fellas can say she's taken away. But really, to have accountability, it's been a lot of you fellas. A lot of y'all, and let's just now look at it differently before I get back into some of the stuff that you guys can be doing. But let's look at it differently in this way. A lot of y'all have been for so long, and this is now back to accountability, but making up excuses of why she doesn't like you, making excuses for her behavior. So I'm trying to say, maybe there's a reason, and you could say, well, it's this and that. But bottom line is, if you're soft, if you're acting like a simp or a weak guy to her, bottom line is, you're the one that's in control of your emotions. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and that this is now what you're supposed to do during no contact, and then also the stuff that's going to come into place as you elevate. But now when you do these things while you're talking with her, you have no contact work. Well, you're not being in denial, but instead you're having accountability. But after accountability, you're of course taking action. right? This is why I preach so heavily about you have to take action. But you see, when you guys are in relationships once more and you guys are saying, well, you know, she's always been so hard to talk to. She's been so difficult, Bossana. And fellas, we can talk about her. We can talk about what's going on in your life. Don't forget about the Black Friday sale and Thanksgiving. I really want to talk to y'all. And fellas, it once more doesn't have to be about no contact specifically. Could be your goals. But if it is about no contact, your girl is ready to talk. But let's just go back to now how I'm saying this is how bad it is for when you're not taking accountability. A lot of times, what happens with some fellas is you're dealing with girls, and then your actions, when you're becoming a weak man, let's say if you're not acting the part, you're not being in tune in your nature, you're having that emotional stability, you gotta stop being emotional. If you're not bleeding, all those other things that you need to be doing. Let's say if you're not doing that, and then you're saying it's because of her. Oh, I never got to this point because, you know, she's always put me down. If you're also, let me give you one more. If you're also still staying with her and yet you're complaining about, well, you know, she'll never change, but I can't. And this is this, and this is what I gotta. And it's always, when it's like that, it's your fault once more, where you are now not bringing value where she could, as a woman, want to be with you. So I'm saying, like, females will not settle. Females will not accept. And most times, females will not wait. I mean, maybe if you have money later on, and that's not even really waiting. That's her saying, when you got money, come back around. But you see how they don't do none of that, right? They don't do none of this, oh, well, I'm chilling here until, no. If it's, you're soft and you're obsessed, and now we'll talk in a second about how you're transforming it, how you're making it work during no contact. But when you're in that moment, or what she has in her head, what she knows about you, that you're sad, you get upset, and you're never gonna pick up, you're not strong enough to choose you, those types of stuff too. And let me give you one more example. If she knows that you'll never choose your work, the more important things in your life, when times are bad, when she knows that, then she knows that you as a man, you're not at your value. So it's down to, like, when you're actually, and I'm sorry to say it like this, but when you're actually a simp and you're showing your simp actions and you're saying, well, I just been nice to her. It's in my character to be nice to her because, you know, she's been good to me, and there's times where she's been good and she deserves it. Cut that out, because all it is making her look at you like, yeah, you are the simp that you act like you are, right? And, you know, maybe if you show strength another time, all it's going to be is look at you trying to toughen up. So it's like some of these women out here have such a mindset of this guy, which is you, is so like this. They have a mindset of this guy's always going to fall back into the same pattern. They have a mindset of, wow, he always reaches out. He always has to stay in communication with me. He always has to make sure that, you know what, it can't be 3 months. There's other things too when you guys talk that she knows too that you have a reputation of. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of times when it's like this for a lot of females, this is what is making them not interested in you guys. This is what's making them, okay, you know what? I'm liking you, I'm texting you, okay, and then you're texting her a little bit more and she's boom, now gone. Now you're getting ghosted types of stuff. Okay? So now it's just like you have to always, as a man, mentally be so strong to pick you and stop getting so emotional. Let females be the ones that don't want to be in tune. For the females that don't want to be nurturing, they don't want to be wifey to that guy, whatever, they don't want to submit. For those females, let them do that, but don't let yourself as a man do not do what you got to do as a man. So stay in your nature, and if it's her that doesn't bring value, right? This is where, okay, you have a reason to do no contact. This is not the next thing of what you could be kind of doing. If it's her that is the reason why you need to do no contact, you should not be around, then let that be that, so you can keep your respect, so you can keep that value, so you can keep a reason why she's still going to keep interested in you. So really, let's just move on to how I'm saying, if you guys are not getting respected, if she's not appreciating you, if you've given her a chance, some of you guys gave her way too many chances, chance after time, time after time again, right? So a lot of times you guys are just giving chances after chances to a lot of these females. But when it gets to chances and chances, and if you are not the guy to take your respect, or at least, let's say, put it into place, you have to understand that you should say it to yourself. By all means, she could keep disrespecting you. Because once more, your emotions might be the reason why you love her, you like her, you want to stay around, you want to act this way, but it's also the reason why you are this way. So we got to look at you now as a man. How much have you gotten softer? How much time have you wasted not giving back to yourself this whole entire time? How much time since you started talking to her, or let's say when you were talking to her before, you guys might not be talking now, but how much time in the past have you started giving to her that you could have been bettering yourself this whole entire time? How much time did you apparently have available all of a sudden because you want to see her? You got to be available the days that she doesn't tell you ahead of time, and you not got to cancel your other plans. And your other plans can be making you money. So now you see how that now falls into how y'all are losing your value. Y'all are doing things for females where they're getting to the point of, even when you're cutting communication for a few days, they don't see a purpose of wanting to reach out, of wanting to talk to you, because yet it's the same thing with you. So I'm really trying to say that you can't believe, you can't think no contact is gonna work if there is no real transformations in your life. If there's no actual change of you being this new guy, and then also, let's say it like this, because this is a real thing, confirming that with your behavior. If there's no actual reassurance put on you being this new guy, then best believe she's gonna stick with what she's doing. And then there's gonna be, of course, the testing and all those other things that I didn't even get to talk about, but there's gonna be those things that might bring you right back to being emotionally invested into her, and then emotionally being unstable with her. But really what's happening is no power, no control. When you have moments as a man to get respect, you don't, because you want to waste your time on her. You want to go back to her. You can't hold yourself together in the meantime of now when you're doing no contact. So basically, fellas, you got to be making no contact to be such an important time of your life where this is time for me. This is time for, okay, well, she's brought me back maybe, or she's held me back. Once again, take accountability. But now if you're viewing it like that, make it to be the reason why I'm going to change. And I'm not going to change to take her back, but I'm going to change because, man, I've already wasted so much money, time, all these things, energy on her. And so now I owe it to myself. That's how we're viewing no contact. And also that's how she's viewing it when you only care about yourself, you don't give her no time, and she really starts taking it personal. Or let's say she really starts getting offended, right? Back to how I'd be saying, oh, she's feeling like, to me, you could do that to me, or how could you type of vibe. But backtrack when, fellas, you now know and make no contact to be valuable. No contact is not valuable when you're not adding value while you're doing it. And it's only going to be valuable to this certain degree when you add space. Because sometimes the space, she might know you're crying this whole time. Of course, if you're not doing no contact in that space period too, that time when you have space from her and you're posting things or you're acting like you're sad and things like that, or it's just giving signs, she's still thinking, okay, yeah, no contact is not working. So it's not really working where it needs to work. So I'm saying, fellas, don't rely on the basics of, well, I'm giving the no communication. Yes, if that's working for you, fellas, I love that for y'all. That's excellent. And don't forget about Patreon if you want to see more things that could be working for you in the bed sheets, anywhere that you're trying to be with her. It could be in the living room. It could start there, on the couch. But a whole lot of stuff that y'all could be doing with her. A lot of stuff that girls be liking. All on Patreon. Check out the link after this video. But let's just go now back to how this space that you could be given, and if it works nicely. Space is already something that's difficult, and the space already being given is going to be a lot for a lot of females to have to deal with. Oh, that's what you're really going to do? Oh, the missing comes in? But really, that's just one little thing that fellas are taking so strong, and it's not going to work for you no more. It's not going to work when it's been the same. It's not going to work when truly you're not changed. And this is how you have to understand it. If you put space and you're still not doing nothing, right? The same way you started here and you put space, and you're still like, let's say body, mind, everything, it's still nothing changed. Do you think that at the end of the space, right? So the end of the no contact, let's say she reaches out and you just gave space, that's what it was. But do you think at the end of the no contact, there's actual real change? That it actually fully worked, right? And y'all know I say no contact actually works when she actually wants you and stays and trying and stuff like that, for real. And then obviously if she's breaking it, I got to give you some credit, right? If she's reaching out. But now back to how you think it's going to work. It can't work. So really what's happening when you make no contact work, you could do the other basic stuff. You could try to disconnect. You could try to get over her. But when you don't do the actions, right, it means nothing. The same way when girls will try to talk to you, tell you they could do this, they want to say all these sweet things. If they're literally just talking to talk and they're not really about it, it means nothing, right? So now I'm just going to wrap up with, if you guys now are putting the work behind no contact and everything has changed, you're emotionally going to be strong. You're physically going to be stronger. So really understand that there's a reason now for it to work at the end. So I'll leave it at that. And I'll just say this. If you're not doing no contact or no contact has not worked for you and you haven't did it all the way, you got to do it differently. If something's just not right, figure out what it is that's still holding you back, what it is that's still keeping you attached to her. All right? So there's going to be so much more no contact videos coming. Like I told y'all, comment what types of videos y'all want to see, where you're at if you're doing no contact. Don't forget about the links down below with the Black Friday sale going on. And of course, Thanksgiving, check out my website. And what's more with Patreon, check it out as well. I thank y'all for watching. And if you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, do that right now. Y'all see me next video. Bye, y'all.